This is Glenn Bart reporting from the Basti High School. We are on site to take a quick look at the opening of school for the students who are returning from a very long period of COVID-19 affected vacation, if you want to call it that. We want to find out what has been happening at the various schools on St. Kitts, and so we are taking a few short visits around the island. Here we are at the Basti High School, and we are pleased to have Mr. John Samuel, the Deputy Principal, who will speak with us with regards to what really transpired this morning. Mr. Samuel, welcome.
Good morning again. Thank you much. Mr. Bart, this morning was a hive of activity. In fact, the area where we are at presently was where we had most of the screening being done. So as students entered the gate, we had two sections in which they were tested. At the very front, the temperatures were being checked. They were asked a number of questions pertinent to symptoms that are the norms for COVID-19. They would then come to the back where the security officers would have checked their bags, and then they would have been directed to the different zones, which for the vast majority of them would have been something new. When they left here pre-COVID, they would have been talking about their form class. This is the first form block, this is the second form block, etc. But with the changes that have been forced on us, we would have had to do some renaming so that they are now familiarizing themselves with what is Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, respectively.
And how did the students respond to the whole process?
Well, I must admit that they were very patient. The lines were long. A number of them, fortunately, especially the first formers, they had their parents or guardians on the outside to give them a sense of assurance. And I think even though the process might have been tedious at first, they realized the importance of that particular exercise and they cooperated quite nicely.
At the Dr. William Connor Primary School, SK Newsline is here to take a look and see how one of the larger primary schools on the island is coping with the new COVID-19 protocols as they entered the first phases of the new school term. We're going to be speaking with the principal of the school in just a short while. And we expect, as we can see, the pupils around here seem very relaxed, very happy. Most of them are wearing masks and they're at the moment having a period of lunch.
This morning was the test of our start of school and shift system and putting all the protocols into place. What happened this morning? The students, they were screened, their temperatures were checked, their hands were sanitized, information on their temperature was recorded. We had our list set up and there were the student's name and it was ticked off. So we had an account of who came for what class or what grade. So all of that was established. The children were sent to their various classrooms and assembly started at 8:30 promptly. We had a brief assembly and the students went right into their learning session.
We're now at the Dean Glassford Primary School here at St. Peter's, and in a short while we'll have a little talk with the principal. Now here at the Dean Glassford Primary School there are approximately 160 pupils who attend the school, and as we can see they are interacting very well with each other. It's playtime and they seem to be getting along quite well. But we're going to find out a little bit more about what is transpiring, because I believe that there's going to be some degree of evaluation perhaps by the end of this week to determine how well the system has worked, what needs to be changed, what needs to be upgraded.
Okay, so the process this morning ran quite smoothly. When the students came, they were expected to assemble at the gate, of course, acknowledging the 2 feet distance. Their temperatures were checked and the information was recorded. When their hands were also sanitized, they came inside, they went to their classrooms, and then the teachers, they were responsible for ensuring that the children maintain the social distancing protocol, etc. After the bell would have rung, we came outside and we had our usual general assembly. Of course, once again observing the social distancing. So this morning went quite smoothly.
The students, we saw fear in some of them, anxiety, because of the COVID-19, all the talks about it. But some children, you could see they really wanted to be back in school. And just the norm of coming to school and at the start of new school year, what would happen to children, they have this kind of anxiety, nervousness, some happy, some, But apart from that, in putting the COVID-19 measures, protocols into place, we started our day at 7 o'clock. We had to be here for 7. We had our security check team, and we were to be here for 7, and we were all here for 7. The students were asked to come in 7:15, between 7:15 and 8 to do our protocol drills. And so we started with it's a large school, and so we had 2 entries, 2 gates of entry. One was for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd formers, and the other one was for 4th, 5th, and the teachers. Upon entering, we sanitize their hands, then we do our temperature check. It is recorded, and the students go on to get their bags checked, which is a norm here at the school, and we ask them to go to their classroom and practice the physical distancing there.
Over the past several hours, we have been able to talk with several officials of primary schools and secondary schools. Generally, I believe the implementation of the protocols have been going fairly well, but it is obvious that there are few areas that need to be adjusted, and as the principals have indicated, they will be taking the next few days from Wednesday until Friday to fine-tune what needs to be adjusted in the protocols. But generally, the students have been very well behaved, very cooperative, and everything seemed to have gone extremely well today at these secondary and primary schools that we have visited. We'll keep an eye on these schools to see how well things continue to evolve, and we'll keep you informed over the next few weeks. Glenn Batt, SKN Newsline.